Respected Chairman, delegates on the dais, my dear teachers, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I have been engaged in the organizing team for last 2 months, but still then I have tried to submit a paper just in the light of Risale-i. As a Muslim thinker, Nursi considers Islam and the Quran to be a comprehensive universal system of Allah's provisions which concern every side of human life, embrace the past, the present, the future of the entire mankind. Stressing on the point, Sayyid Nursi underlines that the future of the entire mankind and Quran caused a transformation in social life in this world in so luminous, happily and truthful a fashion, and brought about such a revolution in both men's souls and hearts and spirits and minds and their personal lives, social lives, political lives, and continued and directed that revolution also. The Quran is a founder. It is the basis of clear religion and the foundation of the world of Islam. It changed human social life and is the answer to the repeated questions of its various classes. The thinker believes that in expounding secondary matters of the Sharia and laws of social life, the Quran at once raises the views of those it addresses to elevated universal points and transforming a simple style into an elevated one, and instruction in the Sharia is instruction in divine unity. It shows it is both a book of law and command and wisdom and a book of tenets of faith and belief. But for Sayyid Nursi, the main feature of Islam consists in indissoluble combining of ideas and religious values together with implementation in practice. In this regard, he not accidentally points out that Islam as a religion does not consist only of belief. Its second half is righteous action. Badiüzzama Sayyid Nursi, thinking on the question of social justice, is intimately linked to his theodicy. In the words, this is the Risale-i, part of Risale-i. In the words, life is conceived of as a journey of partaking of God's bounty, of receiving instruction or gaining knowledge from Him, and of remembering and thanking Him. If we are true believers, we should believe in God's mercy and be certain that there is another realm beyond this transient life. Sayyid Nursi provides 12 proofs of existence of such a realm. Basically, the time has been cut short. Okay. Yeah, sir. So coming to discussion of justice in Islamic context must be prefaced by a definition of key concepts relevant to the area of inquiry. For the purpose of this paper, the concepts of adl and mizan are relevant. In Islamic discourse, the term is usually translated as justice is adl. In the work of Nursi, in keeping the Quran and with Islamic thought in general, it appears alongside the concept of mizan or balance. When Nursi discusses the justice of God, he speaks of both justice and balance. For example, he suggests that it is impossible that God, who established justice and balance in the cosmic order, would not favor those who believe in that justice and who worship Him. In Islamic jurisprudence, the majority view has been that adl refers to a qualification according to which one abides the prescribed obligation and recommendations of Sharia or Islamic code of morality and conduct, and avoids what it prohibited and disapproved. A specific attribute of adl, his mizan or balance. This is in line with the Quranic view of God's justice. The starting point of Sayyid Nursi's approach to justice is recognition that besides the law of human justice, there is divine justice which determines the genuine nature of this phenomenon. Such conclusion reflects that the fact that justice is not the leading feature of Allah and the universe created by Him. The whole world manifests His overwhelming justice. That is why one of His names is Al-Adl, all just. When explaining this feature, Sayyid Nursi argues that the universe is a palace, but in it such a palace that in it is a city which is being constantly shaken by destruction and reconstruction, and in the city is a country which is being constantly agitated by war and immigration, and within the country is a world which is unceasingly revolving amid death and life. But such an astonishing balance, equilibrium and equilibration prevail in the palace, city, country, world, that it self-evidently proves that the transformations, incomings and outgoings apparent in these innumerable beings are being measured and weighed every moment in the scale of a single being who sees and supervises the whole universe. Thus everything is ordered and weighed with so sensitive a balance, so fine a measure, that human mind can nowhere see any waste or futility. Allah demonstrates His dominical sovereignty in the wisdom and order. The just and equilibrium that pervade all things, all the worlds, are within the grasp of His order and balance, and balancing and His justice. Sayyid Nursi believes there is a proof that all things are done with justice and balance. The fact that all things are endowed with being, given shape and put in their appropriate place in accordance with precise equilibrium and in appropriate measure shows that all matters are done in accordance with infinite justice and balance. Similarly, the fact that all things are given their rights in accordance with their disposition, that they receive all necessities of their being and all the requirements of life in the most fitting form. This too is the sign left by a hand of infinite justice. Again, the fact that answer is always given to every petition and request made by the tongue of disposition and of natural need or necessity, demonstrations the existence of infinite justice and wisdom. All this is seen is clearest manner in Quran. Sayyid Nursi quotes its famous verse, God commands justice, the doing of good and liberty to kith and kin, and He forbids all shameful deeds and injustice and rebellion. Chapter 16, verse 90. The thinker explains this verse and the Quranic provisions saying that politics of civilization sacrifice the minority for the comfort of majority. Indeed, the despotic minority sacrifices the majority of people for itself. Quranic justice would not take the life of a single innocent, spill their blood, or sacrifice him even for all mankind, let alone the majority. The verse, if anyone slew a person unless it be for murder or for spreading mischief in the land, it would be as if he put to death the whole people. Chapter 5, verse 32. Lays two mighty mysteries before eyes. One is pure justice. This sublime principle deals equal of individual and community, the person and mankind. Divine justice sees no difference between them. This is a constant sunnah An individual may sacrifice his rights himself, but they can't be sacrificed otherwise. Even for all mankind, the cancelling of his rights and the spilling of his blood and the smearing of his name is equal to the cancelling of the rights of all humanity, or its equivalent. The second mystery is this: if a selfish man murders an innocent out of greed or passion, he will lay waste the whole world if he can, should it be an obstacle to his desires or white out humanity. So, summing up, the total justice in universe proceeding from the greatest manifestation of the name of all just administrators, the balance of all things. So, for Nursi, you see, Nursi points out that certainly and without doubt, just as the sun cannot be without the day, so that pre-eternal wisdom and eternal justice cannot be without hereafter. Thanks.